Hi, I'm Melissa Archer, and we welcome you to our very first episode of our situation comedy, Here to There. And we're really excited about what we're doing here. Okay, so everything happens on the Winslow, a commuter ferry on Puget Sound that makes the 30-minute crossing between Bainbridge Island and Seattle. On the ferry, the crew interacts with the daily commuters and some, what's a polite word? Unusual day trippers. And between the crew and the passengers, it's a very, well, what's a polite word for that? Bizarre, interesting, bizarre and interesting mix of people stuck together for half an hour. I play second mate Casey Cardwell. I run the day-to-day business of the Winslow, even though the first mate thinks that he runs things and he's new. It's his first day. He comes in all gangbusters when I'm the one who should have been promoted. And you know what? I'm not doing this, not now. Okay, so we also catch a bunch of people filming an adult movie on board, and one of the crew gets a hold of a prosthetic arm. And you know what? I really think you just need to watch the episode to see how this all comes together. Okay, let's talk about the technical elephant in the room. We all know what the world's been like. To bring you this virtual showcase, we filmed Here to There with limitations. So just pay attention to what you're watching. We know that you'll come to like our stories and our characters so much that you'll quickly get past the unusual way our show was filmed. And fingers crossed, everything will look more traditional in the not so distant future. So for now, just sit back and enjoy a new first mate, a prosthetic arm, and some porn on the very first episode of Here to There. Thank you.
Act 1. A. Fade in. Interior main cabin morning. Passengers enter and settle in. Liz Wallis sits and Skypes with Irene, who works for Liz. Dr. Tom sits and reads his newspaper.
Irene, I need you in early.
Look, Liz, we've been through this before. You pay me to work from 9 to 5, not 8:30, not 5:15, 9 to 5.
You are salaried, not hourly. I need you to set up for the meeting. This account is worth several $1 million.
Well, then pay me more.
Query.
Yes, Tom.
You are the president of the software company that you started. Clearly this Irene is not an asset. Why not fire her?
Irene is a 60-year-old Jewish lesbian with a limp. She checks 4 boxes. I don't have time for a 9-figure lawsuit.
Dr. Tom goes back to his newspaper.
Query.
By your tone, I assume you're about to point out one of my shortcomings or make fun of me, or both.
Both. Hey, we've been riding this ferry together for over 10 years.
So you think it's okay to mock me? Well, my wife does the same thing, which is why we have 2 TVs and haven't eaten together in years. So go ahead, have at it.
In this day and age, why do you still read a newspaper?
Monday through Friday, I believe in the classics. That's why I have a closet of 3-piece suits.
No one wears those.
Penny loafers.
No one wears those.
And a newspaper. America was better off before tracking technology and pop-up ads.
You wear those penny loafers on the weekend, don't you?
Leave me alone.
Seaman Danny Raguzio enters.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Miss Wallach, Dr. Tom.
An attractive female passenger crosses to Danny.
I bet you're looking for the galley. Allow me to show you.
Danny and the female passenger start to walk away. Danny turns and walks back.
Casey didn't get the promotion to first mate. Gotta go.
Danny crosses off. Dr. Tom stands and gathers his things.
Where are you going?
To hide. Second mate Cardwell didn't get the promotion to first mate, and when she comes to talk to you, she's going to take her anger out on me like all the women in my life.
Then don't say something stupid to annoy her.
You know I can't do that.
Second mate Casey Cardwell enters.
Good morning.
Oh, not for everyone.
Are you having a bad morning? Did your wife use your glasses to burn off what's left of the hair on your head? I'm not in the mood. You heard. I, second mate, Casey Cardwell of the Winslow, am still second mate. And I'm okay with it.
No, you're not.
You're damn right I'm not. I loved Malcolm. He was a great first mate and an excellent mentor to me, but he should have retired years ago. I mean, the guy died in his sleep at work.
Take a breath.
Better. Thank you. I've been unofficially in charge of this ferry for the last few years, and everyone knows it. I deserve that promotion, so why didn't I get it? Why?
Tom, isn't that what your wife says after sex?
Enough with the wife jokes. Can't you see that second mate Caldwell is completely destroyed? A promotion that she desperately deserved was yanked from her without so much as a thank you very much.
I can do wife jokes all crossing.
Oh, God.
So who is the new first mate?
B. Interior Galley. Passengers all around. Kay stands at the counter with galley workers waiting on passengers. First mate Andrew McGinnis and port captain Christina Clark enter and walk through the galley toward the counter.
Andrew, the Winslow needs a first mate with your experience. This ferry seems to have an unusual number of inexplicable chaotic disasters. I still can't make heads or tails of whatever that was with the Canadian Mountie and his portable tanning bed.
Andrew and Christina reach the counter. An angry passenger holding a coffee cup and a carafe is about to confront Kay. Christina pulls out her cell, gives Andrew a one-moment gesture, and turns away from the counter as she answers her phone.
This French vanilla cream is rancid. I want my money back, and I want a fresh cup of coffee.
Kay takes the carafe, opens it, sniffs it, and shrugs.
Do you take any medication?
I do, for my heart.
Heart medication affects the taste buds. You should call your doctor.
The passenger, now worried, taps his tongue as he walks away.
Is that true about the medication?
How the hell do I know? Who do I look like, Dr. Oz? I guess the next time we run out of French vanilla, we can't make our own with buttermilk and Chanel No. 5.
Christina returns to Andrew.
Ready to move on?
Yes, quickly, please.
C. Interior, main cabin.
Everyone in the port office knows that I'm the logical choice to replace Malcolm.
You probably need to make major changes in your attitude.
Well, how would you like to end up like the Canadian Mountie with the portable tanning bed?
Andrew and Christina enter and cross to the group.
First mate Andrew McGinnis. This is second mate Casey Cardwell, your subordinate. And these are nondescript commuter types.
Liz Wallach.
Dr. Tom Evans.
Oh, great to have a doctor on board.
He's not that kind of doctor. He's an accountant with a doctorate in women's studies. Ask him what he knows about women. Seriously, it's comedy gold.
Andrew extends his hand to Casey. Casey shakes Andrew's hand. Her eyes widen as she flashes back to D. Interior high school auditorium. Teenage Casey and teenage Andrew stand next to each other at a science fair. The principal stands in front of teenage Casey's table.
So, Casey, instead of following the guidelines, you used your own method?
Yes, I saved time and money, and my results were better than the version that we did in class.
Casey Cardwell did not follow instructions.
The principal moves to teenage Andrew's table.
Well, Andrew, this is impressive.
Just followed the guidelines.
A clear winner.
Back to present day and E. Interior, main cabin. Casey lets go of Andrew's hand.
Andrew is from the Sydney Anacortes run.
Oh, the tourist ferry for slow-moving seniors. How leisurely and very different from a fast-paced commuter ferry.
Casey, after we're underway, come on down to my office. We'll talk.
Andrew was my personal choice for the position.
Christina and Andrew exit.
I went to high school with that guy and he doesn't even recognize me.
Were you friends?
We crossed paths. He was the quarterback who took honors classes.
That's good. I'd hate to see looks like that wasted on an idiot.
My high school classmates slept with the boss and got a promotion over me. Everyone caught up? Okay, gotta go.
Casey exits.
Casey gets to work with him. And what do I get every morning? Three-piece suited you.
Off Dr. Tom's insulted look, we cut to H. Interior, hallway outside office. Moments later, Casey stands at the office door when the door opens and Christina steps into the hallway.
Look, Andrew was promoted because he passed my 5-point criteria.
Christina, the whole fleet is aware of your 5 points. Face, chest, abs, butt, and every guy's pride and joy.
You're one word away from insubordination.
Oh, and what word is that?
Casey quickly enters the office. Interior office, continuous action. Andrew stands in the office.
I wasn't expecting you till later.
I had an opening in my schedule. So it's me, Casey Cardwell, here to talk to you, Andrew McGinnis. Where are you from?
Here in Seattle.
Me too. We have tons in common.
The door bursts open and Kay enters.
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando. Hey, we got any kind of powder?
Try the first aid kit.
Kay grabs the first aid kit, dumps it on the floor, and finds the powder.
That's Kay. She runs the galley.
I saw her earlier running the galley.
Kay drags a chair from a corner, sits, and takes off her shoe and sock.
Kay, this is the new first mate, Andrew McGinnis.
So?
Kay overshakes powder all over her foot and the floor.
Who's watching the galley?
Raul watches the galley when Kay is busy, which is better for all concerned.
Raul speaks Chile-esque.
Second mate Cardwell, tell me about what are you doing?
My foot itches. I got swamp toe.
Kay raises her foot to Andrew, who backs off.
So, you're from Seattle. Good school system here.
What's the date?
First.
Kay leaps from the chair and grabs the lost and found box. Kay removes a prosthetic arm with a hook attachment.
Lost and found box.
That obviously belongs to someone.
Yeah, me now. Check the tag. 30 days on claim, so it's up for grabs.
Kay snaps the hook wildly as a maintenance worker enters. The maintenance worker hands Casey a paper, which she reads.
Well, this fits right into how this day is going. This is a work order. You and I are now sharing this office because mine is being turned into a slop sink.
Carrying the end of a desk, the maintenance worker backs into the office. As he tips the desk, it becomes wedged at an angle in the doorway, so anyone entering must crawl underneath. Kay offers the maintenance worker the prosthetic arm.
Try this.
Danny crawls under the desk into the office.
Seaman Danny Ragusio, this is First Mate Andrew McGinnis.
He smells nice. Why did you think you were going to hate him?
What do you want?
There's people in a van on the car deck making a porn movie.
Porn?
Someone said it's called Driving into Miss Daisy.
I saw a porn about a hooker with a magic car. It was called Kitty Kitty Bang Bang.
I love that one. The best part is when the gear shift turns into a giant...
We're underway. There are people filming a porn on board, and there's a desk stuck in the doorway. This is my first day.
Calm down. It's all a lot worse than it sounds.
What are we gonna do?
You're asking me, the second mate? Oh, okay. Move this desk. I don't care if you have to saw it in half. Danny, car deck.
Danny exits by crawling under the desk and exits, followed by Casey and Andrew. A beat, and then Danny sticks his head under the desk into the office.
One porn you got to be careful of is called Drive Shaft. There's all guys in that one.
Act 2, J. Fade in, interior, car deck. Passengers sit, sleep in, or lean against their cars. Danny leads Casey and Andrew towards a van.
It's easy to think up porn titles. Like, a porn movie about superheroes could be called The Avenge Whores. It's not hard. Hey, that's a pun, because the word hard is like...
We should spend First Mate Guinness's first day talking about him. Like, what were his school colors?
You could make up porn titles for a whole franchise. Like, the Harry Potter movies would be Harry Pop Her, A Young Wizard's Magic Wand is his job.
Perhaps we could discuss porn titles with the Director of Human Resources.
Oh, why? She won't help with porn titles. She's a real stiff. Pun. I'm pretty good, and I'm not even trying.
This situation is not covered in the official ferry manual.
Ferry manual?
You don't use your ferry manual?
When I need a coaster.
Well, then how do you know how to address crises and issues?
I wing it. Unless there's blood. Then I get a first aid kit. Ooh, which reminds me, I need to order more powder.
They stop at a van with darkened windows.
I'm getting some part of my body autographed. Whatever gets signed, I'm whipping out and showing all my friends.
Tell him to stop.
Stop.
Now tell them to stop.
You're in charge.
I'll tell them to stop.
The car deck is the second mate's responsibility.
Cars, they're fine.
Please let me tell them.
As first mate, I'm ordering the second mate to tell them to stop.
I'm begging you here.
I'll bet Port Captain Clark would want you to handle such a scandalous situation personally. After all, you are her 5 criteria winner.
Andrew grabs the door handle and freezes.
Dude, at the rate we're moving, all we're going to see is afterglow.
Suddenly, the door pops open and a group of nuns exit the van. Casey and Andrew stare down Danny.
That better be the wrong van.
Yeah, it's that one.
Now, if I was first mate, I would check through the window first, but you handle it however you did when the elderly made porn movies on the tourist ferry.
Andrew cups his face to the window and looks in as a nosy passenger approaches the van.
There's a man with the camera and 4 people. They're naked.
This Daisy is being taken on a long hard drive.
Excellent pun.
Hey, what's going on in that van?
A crowd grows as Andrew moves to the van's side door. He prepares to pound it hard. Instead, he taps lightly.
Hello. Good morning.
What, are you waking up a kid for school? Bust in there and show those perverts and this crowd with their phones out gathering around us that you're in charge.
Everyone go back to your cars. There's nothing to see here.
A window goes down and a hairy leg emerges and comes to rest on Andrew's shoulder. As his eyes widen in horror, the crowd cheers and we cut to K, interior main cabin. The porn director and his actors enter, followed by Casey, Andrew, and Danny. Andrew directs the porn group to take seats next to Liz and Dr. Tom.
Friends of yours from the onboard hot tub?
They were making an explicit adult film on the car deck.
Which we missed because somebody was so slow opening the van door.
Why are they all wearing robes?
I can't remember where they left their clothes. They were not well endowed above the neck.
I gotta go.
Why? They sure as hell aren't going to ask you to join in.
My wife will know I was around deviants and miscreants.
How?
So she'll know. She's creepy that way.
Dr. Tom gathers his belonging and exits.
As the first mate, what the hell should I do?
Well, those robes are really short, so find them blankets unless you want our passengers seeing some quality wax jobs.
Blankets.
As Andrew exits, Casey flashes back on M. Interior, a classroom. Teenage Casey sits with her friend Melanie. Teenage Andrew and Tim, with thick glasses and massive headgear, enter and approach the girls.
Andrew McGinnis is here.
You're making a fool of yourself.
Hey, Casey, how'd you do on the chem test?
95.
Cool. Me too. Great work on the fundraiser. Thanks to you, we got the new football uniforms.
No problem, just doing my part.
Very cool. So, I was wondering, Melody, do you maybe want to catch a movie on Friday?
Oh my God, sure, I'd love to.
Melanie stands, and she and Teenage Andrew move aside to talk. Teenage Casey looks at the nerdy Tim, who gives her a big smile.
So Casey, I was wondering, would you like to...
Tim moves behind Casey to slide into Melanie's seat. As he does, his headgear gets caught in Teenage Casey's hair. As Teenage Casey struggles to free herself, we go back to present day, and we are back. P. Interior main cabin.
Andrew dated my best friend Melanie, and Andrew's best friend tore out a chunk of my hair. You know what kids call a girl with a bald spot?
Bald spot girl?
Yes!
Raoul, the hook of the prosthetic arm clamped to the seat of his pants, enters, followed by Kay, who holds the other end of the arm. Raoul and Kay run through the cabin.
Raul, quit running!
Stop! You read mis pantalones.
Raoul and Kay run off as Danny walks up to Casey and Liz.
I get in trouble for wanting a special part of me autographed, but Kay is allowed to hunt Raoul with a spear?
Yeah, I better go before Raoul is the next one with no pants on. Keep an eye on them.
Oh, I'll keep both eyes on them.
Casey exits. Liz returns to her seat as Danny takes the seat directly across from one of the actresses. Danny stares intently at the actress. The director whispers to the group, and all but the actress Danny stares at stand and exits. Liz watches the group exit and then turns her attention to Danny, who never takes his eyes off the actress. Liz taps Danny on the head.
Nothing. You are doing a fine job.
R. Interior Galley. Kay and Raoul struggle with each other behind the counter. Unseen to the audience, the hook is now clamped onto Kay's backside. Andrew, carrying blankets, enters from one end of the galley as Casey enters from the other end. They meet in the middle.
Why are you here? Who's watching the porno people?
Danny, I'm here because of them.
Casey leads Andrew to the counter. When they reach the counter, Kay and Raoul stop struggling and try to look innocent.
Come out from behind there.
Kay, the arm attached to her backside, and Raoul cross around the counter.
How did that go from Raoul to you?
Long story.
Story is no good.
Get that off her.
Oh, I'm sorry, senora. I no touch back there.
Casey works the hook from Kay's backside.
Thanks, gimme.
This goes in the dangerous weapons box.
We got one of those?
Casey shoos Kay, who exits into the kitchen.
First mate McGinnis, this is Raoul Schmidt.
Hola. Adios.
Raul's last name is Schmidt? I thought you said he was from Chile.
His family is. By the way, Berlin, 1945.
I don't want to hear the rest of that story.
I didn't think so.
Okay, let's get back before they decide the middle of the cabin is a good place to shoot the big climax.
Oh, you do have a sense of humor.
What?
Just go.
Casey and Andrew cross off. Liz enters and crosses to the counter.
Okay, it's the first of the month.
The kitchen door opens and Kay sticks out her head.
Is bossy girl gone?
Casey? Yeah.
Kay enters, followed by Raoul, lugging the lost and found box.
Lost and found still. I got Prada sunglasses, an Eddie Bauer backpack, a Versace scarf. Hey, that's a knockoff. Get him now before I eBay him.
Do you happen to have an iPhone case? Maybe one with Swarovski crystals?
As Kay digs through the box, we cut to S. Interior main cabin. Danny sits across from the actress, staring at her intently. Casey and Andrew enter and walk over to Danny.
Danny.
Casey places her hand on Danny's head and turns his head so he can scan the area.
Where'd they all go?
They gave you the slip, and we're on water. Anyone want to make a slippery when wet pun?
It's a little awkward, but I guess you
You've
could
got to
say-
read your audience better.
Where are the other degenerates?
Oh, I don't know. We never plan. We just kind of go at it gonzo style. We find a good spot and then we just dive in. Well, we lay down first. Sometimes we start standing.
Here, put this on. And also this one. And this one.
Act 3, T. Fade in, interior hallway outside office. Casey, carrying the arm, and Andrew enter the hallway.
Maybe they're filming on the bridge. And when the captain yells, "There she blows,"
I don't get you.
Danny would. Okay, "There she blows" is a play on.
Not that. You know, I was glad when I found out I'd be working with you. You were highly regarded at the port office.
You know me? From the port office?
Where else would I have heard of you?
Over a loudspeaker in an auditorium during a commencement ceremony?
What? We don't seem to be on the same page. I want to address a serious matter on board, and you're all over the place making porn jokes and random remarks about graduation.
Don't worry about my professionalism. I can run this ferry.
Except I'm running it.
The door opens, and the porn actors, dressed and adjusting their robes, enter the hallway. The actors nod to Casey and Andrew and cross off. Casey and Andrew look at each other and then enter the office. The director is packing up his camera as Casey and Andrew enter. Casey's previously stuck desk is in the corner.
How did you get in here?
With the key Malcolm gave me.
Malcolm? Malcolm let you film porn on board? In this office?
The office, the bathroom, the car deck. One tricky time in a lifeboat.
Malcolm was in on this.
Malcolm was my biggest investor. He fronted the cash for all my films. Malcolm was the porn king of Seattle.
Well, Malcolm is dead. Now you have two choices. Either you go away quietly with the Coast Guard when we dock, or you spend 3 minutes alone with me and this.
Casey brandishes the prosthetic arm and snaps the hook.
I'll take my chances with the Coast Guard.
The director exits.
If they filmed porn on board numerous times, someone must have seen it. But not one passenger ever complained. That tells you something.
About Seattle porn or the Winslow's crew and passengers?
Don't make judgments in one crossing.
Well, from what I've seen, I have a lot of work to do.
Such as?
Such as the woman who runs the Galley is a dangerous psychopath.
How so?
She wants to keep someone's prosthetic arm to play with.
Casey crosses to her desk and leans on it.
I got my desk in. I wish I could say Kay's bark is worse than her bite, but in her case.
Andrew crosses to Casey and leans on the desk next to her.
And has Danny ever been given any formal reprimands? From what I've seen today, he should be working for the pornographers.
Danny has a lot of potential. He's a work in progress. Big heart, means well.
But he has a lax attitude and poor judgment.
Well, if you want to get that specific.
And you.
Me.
You are nothing like I was told you'd be. I can't tell if you're always being flippant or if you've just been out of shape because you didn't get a promotion.
I've worked on this ferry for years, and I've proven myself time and time again. But Christina chose you personally after she saw how you filled out a uniform.
And there it is. You think I got this promotion because there's something between me and Port Captain Clark? I know what people say. Port Captain Clark is the town bike. Everybody's had a ride.
Yeah, I'm surprised her chain hasn't fallen off.
Well, I don't need to ride any bike to get ahead. That's not me. My service record stands for itself. I got this job based on my work performance.
Fair enough. You're not the type to hop on Christina and ride the rough trails. Sure if that's a pun.
You know, until I came on board the Winslow, I'd never even seen Swamp Toe.
And this is one of the better crossings.
The desk gives way, collapsing neatly in the middle, belching up a cloud of sawdust. Casey and Andrew fall into the pieces, landing on top of each other.
They sawed the desk in half!
Remind me to tell you about the Canadian Mountie and the portable tanning bed. That story had a similar ending.
As they struggle to untangle, we cut to X, interior, main cabin. Commuters pack up and head for the doors. Liz and Dr. Tom walk to the doors as Casey and Andrew enter. Liz stops at Casey.
Okay, I'm gonna go meet the Coast Guard.
Andrew walks away towards Dr. Tom.
Andrew and I rolled around on the floor in pieces of broken desk.
In school or just now?
He just doesn't remember me.
Are you going to remind him?
Not yet. I feel there's more I can do with this.
Liz exits as Casey nods goodbyes to passengers.
Casey hasn't changed much since high school.
You remember her? You know, she thinks you don't remember her.
Let's just keep this between you and me. More fun that way.
Dr. Tom exits. As Casey nods goodbye to passengers, Andrew starts to exit. They glance at each other. They give each other a subtle smile and a salute, and we fade out. Tag, interior men's room. Andrew enters and crosses to a urinal. Andrew unzips and begins to relieve himself. A stall door slams open, and Kay, scratching her back with the prosthetic arm, exits the stall.
Itchy.
Kay exits the bathroom. Off Andrew's look, we fade out. In blackness.
Oops! Forgot to wash my new arm.
Get out!